it's Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Wednesday, December 28th. So the moon is going to continue to be in Pisces all day, providing us a very opportunistic platform of energy in order to wrap up 2022, put a bow on it, accept it, integrate it, acknowledge it, and then prepare to move on. Here today, we have 9 different aspects. 7 of them involve the moon, and just keep in the back of your mind that this is the last day that Mercury will be direct, preparing to go retrograde here tomorrow on Thursday, on the same day as our first quarter moon in Aries. So definitely a lot of energy building up. We're definitely going to feel the pressure building in our mental plane. If you want to go ahead, take a listen to this week's ascension forecast. You should probably check that out for some of the physical symptoms that we're going to be experiencing from this energy shift. And of course, take a listen to December's energy forecast, the intro for a rundown, and also the astro forecast that I put out for Mercury moving into a retrograde position. So we start off with Venus sextiling Neptune. This is a beautiful energy. And when I say that this has the potential to bring some magic, especially manifesting magic to our realm, you best believe it. We have Venus, which is the lower octave of this Neptune energy. Think of Neptune as the higher octave that connects us to the divine source, to our intuition, to the intelligence out in the cosmos. And Venus, being the lower level octave, brings it into the physical body. We're able to actually transmute the ideas, the epiphanies, the energies that we get from the higher realms of intelligence, and we're actually able to bring it to life with this Venus energy. So, of course, Venus is in Capricorn energy, the manifesting energy of the zodiac. We're in Capricorn season, so there is a lot of magic happening here in order for us to visualize the path forward and actually bring some of these elements to life. And you best believe that our imagination is just a pinging. We have huge amounts of ideas, huge amounts of insights coming in because of this particular aspect. Things are a lot more pretty, a lot more beautiful. We are looking at the world through the rose-colored glasses. There's a kindness, there's a gentleness that takes over with this energy. We are definitely hypersensitive. So pay attention to the subtle energies that you're picking up on. Pay attention to how it is that you're reacting to certain situations that you don't have control over. Recognize that emotions are high, that heart chakra activation is just a pinging. And we are definitely looking to find peace, to find harmony, to find love and beauty and balance in every aspect of our lives. It's definitely opening our heart chakra up to a new level of vulnerability. We are compassionate. We are just full of love. We're in love with love. However, there are going to be some aspects here today that are going to kind of tone that down just a tad. But right now, we're just going to sit in this beautiful vibe, this beautiful energy, and really tap into the power of manifesting that Venus sextiling Neptune brings us all. The moon in Pisces is going to sextile Uranus right after. And again, sextile means a merging of energies. The moon in Pisces, Uranus being the great awakener who is retrograde in Taurus, we are really piecing together what needs to change in our physical realms. Keep in mind that Taurus energy is about our physical bodies, about the here and now, about our physical realms, our routines, our relationships, our money matters, our worth, our values, our happiness, our pleasure, our joy. Now, the moon in Pisces, super hypersensitive, very dreamy, very imaginative. You best believe that our intuition is on point. You best believe that we are gaining huge perspectives, huge insights about the future and what it is that we actually want to manifest and conjure up from here. The moon makes a beautiful aspect with the sun. So anytime we have the moon and the sun coming together, we have a reflective energy of the moon looking back into the past. Again, Pisces energy trying to bring all the wisdom, all the knowledge full circle from some of our hardships. And the sun, of course, is focused on the future, shining a bright light in this Capricorn energy on our long-term goals, our long-term visions, our long term dreams. What do we want to build? What do we want to create? What we're left with is this beautiful gap, this overlap, if you will, between the past and the future, which is the present. It's a gift. So we're really trying to see what it is that we're moving away from and what it is that we need to be moving closer to in order to let go of certain elements of the past, blocking us from actually moving forward in the path that we're now excited to pursue. The moon makes a very awkward interaction with Saturn. Now, Saturn is the Lord of Karma. He's in Aquarius energy. He rules over this Capricorn season, so he has a little bit more of an intensity with him right now. He's ruling over our time, our karma, our roles, our responsibilities, and essentially showing us where new boundaries, new systems, new foundations need to be built in order to protect ourselves, in order to actually build the bridge to get us from where it is that we're at to where it is that we desire to be. Now, this is likely going to feel heavy, going to feel weighted because there's a lot on our to-do list. There's a lot of purging, a lot of releasing that we need to do in order to free ourselves up to start building new elements and aspects in our lives. And then the sun goes ahead and semi-squares Saturn as well. So we have the moon making an awkward aspect with Saturn. Then we have the sun creating a tension point with Saturn. Keep in mind that the sun is in Capricorn energy and Saturn rules over Capricorn energy. So what does this mean? It means that we have a lot of responsibility weighing on our shoulders. We have a huge sense of just needing to get down to the nitty-gritty of our to-do list. We have a lot of roles and responsibilities that we need to kind of bring into a sense of completion before we can go ahead and start building new aspects and moving forward. Now, our OCD might kick in because there's this want, need, and desire to control every freaking aspect that we can control. We are a little bit serious. We're a little bit somber. We feel the weight of our worlds on our shoulders. There are a lot of challenges that are coming up for us right now, especially when trying to express ourselves. We might get a little bit verklempt, a little bit cluster-effed when trying to actually communicate what's going on in our inner realm to those that need to hear it in our outer realm. Because responsibilities are heavily on our mind and on our heart space, we may find it very challenging right now to do what is fun. Instead of doing what we want to do, we end up doing what we feel we should do or we have to do, and we tend to take on a little bit of a negative Nancy narrative, a little bit of a Debbie Downer type of perspective, and it may be very hard to kind of align with the positives, with the silver linings. Now, it's not going to last all day. Of course, we have the moon in Pisces coming up to conjunct, sitting next to, bumping into Neptune, who rules over Pisces energy. And this is definitely going to bring in all the feels. Make it a little bit heavier with this Saturn energy, but then we want to numb, then we just want to disassociate, then we check out from reality and we move into la la land. And that's really our saving grace right now. When our here and now becomes too heavily weighted, we have to check out, we have to align with our intuition, we have to remind ourselves of our vision, of our dream that we're excited to pursue, and to remind ourselves why we have to go through all of this quote unquote crap in order to get to where it is that we want to be. The moon goes ahead, sextiles both Venus and Mercury. So yesterday we had the moon in Pisces making uncomfortable semi-squares with both Venus and Mercury, really putting the conflict, the tension on our headspace, on our heart space. Well, today we're coming up with solutions. We're coming up with aha moments. We're coming up with all the good feels. We're reassuring ourselves because we're more in alignment with our intuition today than we were yesterday. So the moon interacting with Venus, we're all up in the good feels. We're reassuring ourselves. We're confident. We're optimistic. We're all lovey. We're all sensitive. We're in love with love. The moon sextiling Mercury in Capricorn energy is helping us to build the vision, build the dream, really kind of examine the framework, the strategy on what it is that we need to do in order to bring some of these new aha moments, these new visions, these new dreams to life. This is a very, very powerful energy. And then from that, the last aspect that we have here today is the moon semi-squaring the true node. Now, a semi-square is a little bit of a tension point, a little bit of a conflict. The true node is trying to get us on the right path that our soul needs to be on. However, this little tension point, this little conflict, it's not overwhelming. It's not detrimental. What it's doing is it's making us question what it is that we want to do from here to figure out whether or not we're going to align with our intellect or align with our intuition. And of course, the moon in Pisces is all about our intuition, our higher selves, our spiritual selves, and tapping into the higher realms of intelligence in order to navigate our next steps in moving forward.